Hello everyone. In this video, I'll talk about how I transformed my life after questioning it deeply. I'll share my past experiences and thoughts with you. The video is structured into 5 chapters, so I'll be grateful if you watch it until the end. If I were to title chapter on this topic, it would be Chapter 1, An Empty Life. To talk about why I choose my current path, I need to talk about my past. Some of you might know that during my childhood, I felt like I was living in a narrow cage every day. Even though the cage was never fully closed, I had to return to it every night. I won't go into details, but I spent many confined hours there. I longed for freedom and wished many times that I could venture out into the wider world. I sought connection with people and strongly wished to be needed by others. This desire perfectly aligns with my current aspirations. Looking back, my feelings haven't changed at all since I was a child. In university and graduate school, I studied accounting extensively. Since childhood, I have always enjoyed learning about worlds unknown to me. Therefore, the time I spent studying accounting and the friends I met there were very precious to me. I lived a life of studying every day and I never traveled during my student years. Even so, at that time, I believed it was the right things to do. When I started working at the company, I expected that my job would be useful to someone and my efforts would be appreciated. Despite working many overtime hours and earning a lot of money, I somehow felt no joy, had nothing I wanted, and was just repeating the same things every day. The more I worked, the more I felt my individuality was fading away. The world I dreamed of as a child was not the grey world I found myself in. The world is vast, with countless unseen landscapes and experience yet to be had. I began to wonder, what am I doing here? So I decided to quit my job and take the time to confront myself to truly understand what I want to do. The rule I set for myself during this journey of self-discovery was not to get disappointed in myself or to feel sad by comparing myself to others. By setting this rule, I aim to maintain a positive attitude. This period, when I became true to my feelings, is Chapter 2, Hold On to Hope. When I tried to face my own heart, I realized that I didn't understand myself at all, more than I had imagined. I had no idea what I was interested in or what made my heart race. At that time, the world was gripped by the fear of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many people lost their jobs, many companies went bankrupt, people stopped working outside, and everyone felt uncertain about the future. On the other hand, I maintained a positive attitude and thought, I don't have a job but I have time to think about my future. I walked alone through the deserted city and saw the bleak, almost post-apocalyptic landscapes of Tokyo. Smiles had disappeared from people's faces, the lights were out at night, and it seemed like hope had vanished. I witnessed many such scenes. Around that time, I discovered a Canadian photographer channel on YouTube. His video quality was exceptionally high, and honestly, I have never seen such high quality footage before. The nature photos he took were incredibly beautiful, and felt as if they were inviting me on a journey. His name is Peter McKinnon, the best photographer in the world. I aspire to be like him. He is the person who changed my life. After this, I actually took various actions. So next, Chapter 3, if you want to change yourself, you must act. The day after I saw his photos and videos, I went to a place called Okutama. It took me over 2 hours by car from where I was living at the time. It was my first time going to such a place alone. Honestly, I had never felt so comfortable being by myself. I was excited. I thought this trip might be the catalyst to change my life. No matter how far I drove, there were no other cars besides mine. Even when I got out of the car, there were no people around, and all I could hear was the sound of water and the rushing of trees in the wind. I walked down the deserted road, continuously moving forward into the unknown. Suddenly, I encountered a monkey. I was truly surprised. I couldn't believe that I could see a monkey in Tokyo. The monkey carrying a baby on its back walked in front of me without paying any attention to me. I followed the monkey and kept moving forward. Then I realized that I was surrounded by a group of monkeys. Instead of feeling fear, I just felt overwhelmed with awe. Wanting to capture that feeling, I recorded them with my iPhone, which I had at the time. At that moment, I felt as if I had become a videographer. In fact, when I was a student, I was involved in creating music videos for friends who were into music activities. At that time, I didn't have a camera, so I shot videos with my mobile phone camera and made music videos. I remember having a lot of fun then. The encounter with the monkey was very shocking, but more than that, the beautiful nature greatly soothes my soul. Living in Tokyo, spending busy days, losing lack of time, and repeating the same daily routine, I was simply moved by the presence of such a calming place and peaceful moments. Since then, I started paying attention to the trees, plants, insects, birds, and various other small details that I usually overlooked, and continued shooting with my iPhone camera. At that time, even though I was sweating, it must have been the moment my eyes shone the brightest in my life. I was so engrossed and having so much fun that I lost track of time and kept shooting. Before I knew it, it was night, and decided to get in the car and head home. Even on the way back, I felt as if I were already a photographer. Then I got home and turned on the TV, and I ran some information. Due to COVID-19, foreigners had to return to their countries from Japan. Many lost their jobs, and the flights of those who were planning to come to Japan were cancelled. At that moment, my heart felt inexplicably sad. I wondered if there was anything I could do for them, any way I could help even a little. So I started posting photos and videos on Instagram and YouTube about the beauty of Japan. I continued to take photos and videos aspiring to be like the photographer I admire. Even if I never reached his level of skill, I wanted to become someone whose photos and videos could reach people all over the world. And I thought about how I want to enjoy my life, which until now I hadn't been able to fully enjoy. That was the moment that led to my encounter with Sony cameras. Chapter 4. Have courage. Cameras and lenses are extremely expensive, and I invested about 80% to 90% of my total assets in Sony cameras and lenses, and when considering the other filming equipment I bought, I was left with almost no money. Still, I felt it was okay because I thought that if I failed in this field, I would no longer be able to enjoy my life. Therefore, I was prepared to end my life if this didn't work out. While trying to earn even little money, I continued to post photos and videos on social media, but for me, posting anything on social media required a lot of courage. Being unable to speak English, I wondered if I could really be used to people around the world, or if my photos and videos would be viewed by people globally. Despite these anxieties, I continued to post bit by bit. When I started on Instagram, the feature for vertical videos called Reels had not yet been implemented, and there were no short videos on YouTube either. Because of this, I filmed most of my videos in landscape orientation, and I never imagined that vertical videos would become popular worldwide. I disliked my own face and my smile, so I rarely posted photos showing my face. I think I was afraid of how people would react. However, people from around the world sent me messages wanting to know more about me. I received many messages asking not only for photos and videos of Japan, but also wanting to see more of my face, expressions, personality, and individuality. I was puzzled and didn't know how to communicate about myself to them since I could not speak English. So while I occasionally posted photos with myself in them, I was unable to convey much about myself. I have traveled all over Japan. Despite being Japanese, I had barely visited Kyoto. An empty Kyoto felt somewhat lonely, yet the traditional buildings were magnificent places that let you feel the beauty of Kyoto. I continued to post various styles of videos from different places, and before I knew it, my Instagram followers grew from 8,000 to 100,000. I started receiving job offers from tourism companies and filming equipment companies, and even tourists began requesting photo shots. However, because I couldn't speak English, there were many jobs I had to turn down. At that time, I felt limited in my ability to deliver my photos and videos to people around the world. So I began to create content in English. My English pronunciation was very poor, and listening to my own voice in the video often made me feel sick. Sometimes I received comments saying they didn't want to listen to my ugly pronunciation. As a Japanese person, speaking English was a huge challenge, and such comments truly saddened me. But for the sake of my dream, I continue to create content in English every day. Gradually, I became more comfortable speaking English. My video viewership increased, and my Instagram followers continued to grow to 200,000 then 300,000. Now, over 500,000 people follow my Instagram, and I am truly grateful to everyone. Chapter 5. The Pursuit of Happiness. Throughout my journey as a creator, I have received numerous job offers from various filming equipment companies. Currently, I am partnered with over 15 companies and have received numerous shooting requests from tourists. Some people even offered me job overseas. Although my English isn't perfect, while taking up these challenges abroad, working with locals, seeing new sights, trying new foods, and experiencing new activities, I truly felt it was right to follow my path. I am incredibly grateful to those who offer me work overseas. This year, I'm really looking forward to visiting Canada and the United States. Next year, I plan to go to Singapore and Australia. I'm also planning a trip to Germany. From a young age, I have always sought connections with others and continue to search for my purpose. Through my journey of chasing dreams, gradually connecting with people and communicating, I have come to feel glad to be alive. Being a creator is a tough world. As the number of people using social media has increased, so has the number of creators. Getting work is also very difficult, I believe. No matter how tough it gets, I make it a point to work with joy and live joy-free. Otherwise, I think I've never reached the place I am aiming for. There are various ways to living in the world, and in reality, I believe that all jobs somehow serve people. Still, I wanted to change my way of living. That's why I am here now. In my view, creators are people who express themselves. They deliver their individuality to people through their work in various ways. It's a job that greatly appeals to me and the world where I can make my eyes sparkle. If I keep moving forward, maybe someday I can reach him, the person I admire. As I chase this dream, I continue to move forward. I always talk about the importance of having goals and dreams. This is because there was a time when I doubted my own purpose, when I had no goals and dreams. Having goals and dreams allows you to look forward to the future. They bring a sparkle to your eyes and enable you to keep moving forward. Sometimes, you might get lost and wander in the dark. But if you have goals and dreams you truly want to achieve, they will guide you, even through the darkest path. I am still in the process of walking towards my dreams. My dreams are still far away, but I continue to walk with you all, dreaming of the day I will achieve them.